What is up, crypto legends? How is everybody doing today? Hopefully you are doing fantastic. Is this it, guys? We've got the halving just 2 months away. Is this it, that we are just going to skyrocket it? Are we going to see any deep correction before the halving so we can get some cheaper Bitcoin? We'll be analyzing this situation here together on the higher time frames, understanding what has happened in previous cycles. What is there different from this cycle with the price action? Because price action is actually outperforming at these stages, okay, just before the halving. From other cycles, it is outperforming the previous cycles. Is this a good sign? Is it a bad sign? We'll be analyzing the situation here all together on higher time frames. We also take a look at Bitcoin. Is it ready for that pullback? Are we ready for this to be a lower high? And we're going to get that leg to the downside in between today and tomorrow. We'll be analyzing Ethereum as well, because Ethereum is just hitting a daily level at the moment. There's been some great scalping opportunities here on Ethereum today. Been analyzing a little bit Ethereum here to look at some possible trading opportunities inside of this level. You can see that daily level, which is basically from the price action here created in May of 2022. We have a daily close and open, and just after this daily close and open, we had all the daily candles here for over a week and a massive drop. Huge level here for Ethereum. They actually got respected very nicely today as resistance, as support slightly, but basically got the rejection. You can see right over here how we had that leg up to that daily. Beautiful rejection back down to the lows to create a swing failure pattern and come back up. So like short, long, double tops here for some shorting scenarios. Of course, above the daily, you can flip it as support. And now we're getting the retracement. If this daily candle closes beneath that daily, having Bitcoin getting the major pullback potentially in between today and tomorrow, then obviously Ethereum is likely to follow. We're going to be analyzing here higher time frames on Ethereum to understand where we at. Okay, it's having a major run here during the last few days. Could it get a little bit of a pullback before breaking to higher levels? I think so. Absolutely, yes. Definitely possible. If we do break that daily in the coming hours with insane amount of volume, the uptrend is going to be insane for the next coming days. However, Bitcoin is there. When you do take a look at the Bitcoin chart, you might think, oh, it looks like it is ready for a little bit of a leg down here. This is price action that looks like a little bit exhausted. We could be looking for that leg here to the downside. It looks like it is very much a possibility. So let's go continue here. I'm going to go through the comment section. Great new stuff here that I want to talk about also by mid-end of the stream. But obviously looking at the analysis, the dollar index, guys, we do have the FOMC minutes on Wednesday. We do have the FOMC minutes on Wednesday. I think we're going to get a bit of volatility. This will be the day, Wednesday, where the DXY is going to take a direction. If it is going to break major lower high resistance here and continue to the upside, that will not be good here for the short term on Bitcoin for the next coming weeks. If we do manage to break beneath that point of control of the last 2 years, okay, we maintained that point of control of the last 2 years as resistance right over here and also as support during the last few days. Look at this, how that point of control bounce, major wick, blast off to the upside. In a major pullback right now, the DXY, but it's overall in an uptrend during the last few weeks. So could we form a higher low here to Wednesday, break to the upside? That could be an interesting day on Wednesday, okay? We do have the FOMC minutes, 8 o'clock Central European time, okay? 8 p.m. Central European time. I think I'm probably going to do a live stream with the FOMC minutes to see that volatility, what's going on. Let's go through the comment section, say hello to the community. Hello, Mark Dutch. Of course, he is here. Thank you very much for joining. Pac-Man, Aditya, Moonboot Boy, I am crying. I swear I'm not crying. Let's go and continue here through the comment section. Already got a super chat from Singularity. 𝗖cie finally pumping a bit. Yes, let's take a look at 𝗖cie. I want to take a look at the total too, guys. The total crypto market cap because it was from a tweet of someone that I did. You know, you basically analyze the situation here. It does look like very much like an accumulation zone right there. Bit of an inverted head and shoulder, bit dodgy one, but overall breaking through aggressively here, meaning that this accumulation that has happened for almost 1.5 years, okay, 1.5 years of sideways action, breaking here to the upside. Any pullback that happens here on the total crypto market cap will likely be a higher low, okay? Remember, halving is just around the corner. It's going to be the pullback of opportunities if we do get it. Let's go right away. Take a look at 𝗖𝗺𝗃 here quickly here for Singularity for the super chat. Let's go right away with 𝗬. Bought a bag of 𝗖𝗺𝗃 at the 2.1 cent level. It is pumping a little bit, finally pumping, maintaining that lower high resistance as support. Likely to be a higher low here. Could we get another leg down in the coming weeks? That would just be a great opportunity to buy some cheaper 𝗖𝗺𝗃. But it did get a pretty nice bounce here during the last few days. Let's go right away through the comment section, guys. Before we go through the technical analysis, the educational content, of course, we're going to go through pure technical analysis. Where has there been good levels of trading, okay, today? We talked about a beautiful setup here for a scalp, okay? It was a scalp trade. We talked about levels of entry on yesterday's stream, guys. Who watched yesterday's stream? Let me know right away in the comment section, because at the end of the day, you know, for higher time frames, I don't know if the price is going to move up or move down. Right now, it looks like it wants to roll down, right? It looks like that this could be an ABC scenario, taking out these lows possibly in the next 1 to 2 days. It is very, very much possible. We'll be talking about support levels that need to hold here, very importantly, if we want to get a higher low. But overall, yesterday's live stream, guys, who was around on yesterday's live stream, we actually talked about lower time frame opportunity. Basically, when we are inside of a range, guys, we talk about major levels of resistance and support. And we were talking here when we were streaming at this price zone. We were basically trading here at $51,800. And we're talking about here the possibility of breaking here the highs. The point of control was slightly higher yesterday. It was at this peak right over here. So talking about point of control is acting as resistance, right? It's acting at resistance. Okay, let me just get that fixed volume profile and get the point of control. We ain't counting the price action that happened. So we were getting that resistance on the point of control. And we're talking about, look, value area high is still going to be resistance, okay? If we do break through with high volume, we are likely going to get that bounce from that point of control. So this is going to be a nice, interesting zone where we could speculate in short and long positions. So that value area high was with the 7/8 Fibonacci from the pivot high to the pivot low, right? Fibonacci, very important levels also with that value area high. We've got a bit of volatility, a local double top right there, getting that pullback to the point of control. Very, very nice to take profits and look to speculate in a long position. Why long here? Well, basically you are at support and you are in a local uptrend right there, right? So level to level trading here as we are still inside of the zone. Very, very nice. Who took that trade? Happy birthday to our fellow mod Pac-Man. Hey, happy birthday to you, Pac-Man. Thank you very much for moderating, of course, the channel. Happy birthday. Hopefully, you know, send me your US dollar tether address. I'm going to buy you a drink. Happy birthday to you, Pac-Man. Thanks for moderating the channel. Hope you had a fantastic day. Let's continue through the comment section here right away. Let's continue through the comment section. Pac-Man, happy birthday. You've got happy birthday. Hola, Frank. How are you? Thank you for 𝗖𝗺𝗆 advice. Can you please analyze the chart on 𝗖𝗺𝗆? 𝗖𝗺𝗆 advice. No advice on 𝗖𝗺𝗆. No advice on the channel. Okay, ever. But we talk about good projects. You know, 𝗖𝗺𝗆, insane. I mean, wow, look at this. Major pump on 𝗖𝗺𝗆. I think we analyzed this a few days ago. We were talking about very likely to hit the highs as it was forming a kind of a cup and handle scenario. 𝗖𝗺𝗆, insanely bullish project. I mean, I wouldn't expect a 20x on 𝗖𝗺𝗆. Possibly, yes. realistically a 5-10x. Be happy with that, okay? But yeah, very bullish project, okay, for the next 6 to 18 months. I do see a realistic, 5 to 10x in the next coming months, okay? 6-18 months. Accumulation zone is finishing, guys. When you see a chart like this, it's pump dump cycle, accumulation zone. We are going to start leaving the accumulation zone. So if you haven't been buying some of these great altcoins, okay, solid projects such as 𝗬𝗏, you are going to miss out here in the next coming months, because before you know it, we're going to see it trading, at 20 cents, 30 cents, possibly, 3, 6, 9 months, more or less approximately. I would say after the halving, we should be getting a bit of sideways momentum, maybe some pullbacks, the last little pullbacks before the halving or just slightly after the halving. So there is a few months where we could see that opportunity pullback happening for Bitcoin, right? Of course, then there's these massive events that are unpredictable, of course, that are, such as the C19. This was basically just round about almost 2 months before the halving. It was just round about a month and a half, about 40 days before the halving, where we had the major C19 crash. These movements are really unpredictable. Are we going to see something similar in March, right? Just after 4 years, March of 2020, March of 2024, will we see something crazy? I mean, these are really unpredictable movements on the chart. But yeah, I would expect a little bit of a retracement at some point, either just before the halving or after the halving, giving us a great opportunity to buy slightly cheaper Bitcoin before it starts running here to all-time highs, right? So any pullbacks for me are going to be good opportunities from Bitcoin now, because we are around the corner from the halving. There's massive good news happening worldwide, which we're going to go through in the next coming minutes. Hit the like button, 𝗬𝗏. Absolutely, guys. Destroy that like button right away on your way in while you're here. Yeah, the other day was insane. Like button went absolutely nuts. Very much appreciated. Let's continue through the comment section. And go through the educational content, analyzing here what is going on inside of this zone. We're going to take a look at the session volume profile, previous day levels. Okay, it looks like that we have kind of broken a little bit the previous day value area high, and previous day point of control here, trying to maintain our support. So it is there. It is there holding slightly. Previous day value area low is going to be an interesting level right over here. 618 Fibonacci is slightly beneath. When we take a look at the pivot low here to the pivot high, I would be a little bit cautious looking at the price action right over here. I would say it's going to get a reaction, but looking at the formation here for a possible larger ABC, I would be extremely cautious. I would take this as a scalp personally. Previous day value area low and the 618 to possibly get a reaction, quick little bounce, bang, in, out. You got a possible resistance, okay, flip here, support resistance flip that could happen with the previous day value area low. We know previous day levels act very much as resistance and support very, very nicely. Also previous day point of controls, right? They do get that reaction. You get the reaction, you dip slightly beneath it, but then obviously get that major bounce. So it's a level to take into consideration. Today, we were acting, the previous day value area high was acting very nicely as support. We can see previous day levels. Once we got the breakout, rejecting from that 7.8, coming down to the previous day value area high. Look at this. Bang, 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 bang. Boom. Back up here to test the highs. Great to take profit. Great for a long entry. So, previous day value area high has been broken. We slightly got above it here, but came straight back down. A little bit in a crucial area at the moment, because you're trying to get supported here from the previous day point of control, and you are beneath the previous day value area high. A little bit of a zone that I would not be interested at this moment after this second bounce, okay? Really, really hard to say if we are going to actually bounce from this level and break back up, or are we going to move down to the previous day value area low? Now, I would be more interested in checking the price if we are going to manage to break back above successfully the previous day value area high, then I'll be analyzing the situation, of course, to see that potential recovery. Overall, if we do come down here to the previous day value area low, I'll be looking for that possible quick swing failure pattern from this pivot low. This pivot low right over here, which is sitting where we do have the 618 Fibonacci. So we definitely could get a liquidity grab from that low, pivot high, looking for a major reaction, right? Quick major reaction right there. Doop. If you get above it, bang, you're looking for that nice little rise. And I would only take it as a scalp because you have this low over here with high volume, right? And we know that high volume candles, okay, counting the wick even, have major resistance if you do break down. So it would be only a little bit of a scalp. I would consider looking at volume strategy here potentially. So if you break down with that high volume, would consider a possibility of this moving back down to test the lows, or at least the 618. You could double bottom right there. Volume strategy, very powerful, guys. These are quick little trades. You know, clear example here of a volume strategy. When we go to the 5 minute, we can take a look at this price action right over here, right? Where you do have a high volume node, you have a nice base right over here. Nice base with the high volume node. You break down with high volume. That level reacts as resistance. You get that little pullback. In this case, not testing the low, but testing the 618. Boom, getting a nice little rise. So it's a quick action here. It's like an in and out. If you were to get that breakdown, look at that massive high volume node. This is likely going to get some kind of resistance if you break down beneath these lows. Of course, you're trying to hold here the point of control of the range. So it's just waiting for that major opportunity. You break down beneath this level. We know that we could get that reaction from previous day value area low to get the rise right there. And we're looking at this high volume node possibly to be resistance and come down to around about 618. I would be happy at 618 to take profit because you could form that higher low right there. Okay, so it's getting a few plans ready. You got a level here for a plan, you got a level here for a plan. If we were to suddenly start moving here to the upside very successfully, bang, and breaking above previous day value area high, we got a bit of choppiness right there. This was not a major recovery. You want to see a nice high volume node getting above here the previous day value area high, and then obviously you're looking for that support resistance support flip basically at the moment to then get another punch here to the upside. That level has been extreme good resistance yesterday and very good support, okay, during today, right? It did maintain our support. Now this was just an automatic rally. Now if we were to get that leg up here with significant volume, I would definitely consider that this is actually going to maintain as support. We're going to get that rise to the upside. So it's all about claiming levels with successful volume and then looking at those levels to maintain as resistance and support. A little bit of education, a little bit of, you know, looking for the trading plans here on this little range. Now we do have that bunch of liquidity, guys. There's over $1 billion in short liquidations at the $43,000 range. Possibly we could get that leg up first to claim that liquidity. For the moment, I would need to see a reclaim at certain levels, okay? Unless we do come down to this previous day value area low with the 618. Whoop, get a little reaction, bounce right there. Or reclaim here and just go with the trend. Go with the local trend here once you reclaim some levels to then look for that high to be taken, okay? I would rather see confirmation of the previous day value area high. Get a nice leg up, not this price action that we formed during the last couple of hours. This ain't a nice breakout. This is very choppy. You're forming downtrend. You know, this ain't a recovery above previous day value low. This would have to be a nice spike with some intense volume to the upside, breaking the highs, breaking above successfully. Then it's game on. Then that retracement is going to be looking juicy for the leg up. Unless we do not get that breakout reclaim of this level, I am really not interested here in where we're currently at, okay? This is a difficult zone where we're currently at the moment, as we do have the previous day point of control, double touch right there. I mean, pure speculation. You know, you have some high volume to the downside Could this be a double bottom? For me, this is a no trade interest zone. I don't know what the heck the price is going to do here. I would rather wait for certain levels here or reclaim of levels to see a sign of strength, right? So let's continue here through the comment section. A little bit of that education, sweet spot, technical analysis here on Bitcoin, basically, to try and detect those opportunities. He's a bit tired. Who's tired? I'm always tired. I'm on the move. I'm moving to Dubai in the next 2 weeks and less than 2 weeks, and I got so much paperwork and stuff to sort out. It's absolutely insanity. I can't keep up with my trading. I can't keep up with YouTube community. You know, I need to do a lot of work, but nevertheless, that is going to finish at some point. So yeah, it's going to happen. It's happening. How low BTC can fall in the upcoming hours? Well, it all is very relative. It is very relative. If we do form here still some very crazy bullish CVD divergence like we are doing on Bybit. Bybit seems like they, you know, open interest is going up on Bybit. They want to push the price down here with these moves that have happened during the last few hours. And it's just aggressively forming lower lows. So, you know, will those Bybit players be getting liquidated? Because, I mean, they are shorting like crazy here at this point, but the price is still maintaining higher lows. I would go level to level. The interest level here is this one for me at the moment. You know, this could definitely get a quick, sweet reaction, get a bounce, as it is the 618, and it's the previous day value area low. You got a pivot low right there to get a quick reaction, liquidity grab, and an instant bounce. This is like sniper trade, in and out. This is how we want to trade. Right. Yes, sir. I'm selling the car. Who wants it? Ford Mustang. Time to upgrade. Time to upgrade. Yeah, very true. Very true. Yeah, Taxman is, yeah. We're worried. Moving to Dubai, 0% tax. You got that damn right. Yeah, starting to, yeah. It's not worth it to be here. Not worth it. If not, they're going to take half of the money off. We don't want that because, yeah, it seems like Spain ain't working the right way. But anyway, my goodness, here people talking about tax and me selling the car. Legends. What legends? The high at 52,800 also is the same high from September 2021. The drop down after that was 10K, dumped to 42K. So we got a, you know, possible prediction here from Sin Games. The high here at 52,800 was also the high from September of 2021. Yeah, September of 2021. Yeah, we do have it right there. There we have it. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, this level has been resistance, no doubt. And when we do analyze, you know, the possibilities here, because hey, the ABC flat is definitely still possible. Okay, we're going to go through their technical analysis here and understand the timing, because I mean, it is very important. This no doubt could be a peaking point on higher time frames for Bitcoin. It's definitely a possibility, and we'll go through the timing here based on these waves, okay? Because the market moves in waves and moves with time, and it could not just go up forever, and the hype cannot continue forever. Yes, I know. You know, halving is around the corner. You know, I am bullish till the end of 2024 and 2025, but that doesn't mean that we could not get an epic pullback, all right, in the coming weeks. Definitely a possibility. So no doubt, yeah, that this high, you know, it was also a high in December of 2021. We had a lower high right there, and, you know, major high right there. So no doubt that this is, you know, an interesting level. I want to go through Ethereum as well, because I got into a couple of Ethereum trades. I got into a cheeky short position here, a double top scenario here on Bybit. Locally, it's a local double top. Legends, if you are interested in trading in Bybit, which I'm sure you are interested in cryptocurrencies, you do have the best deals down below. Only with my link, you will get the 20% fee discount. Of course, you have the general bonus of $30,000 that you can be claimed with a link down below. And if you don't want to do KYC, you do not want to do KYC, you have 𝗬𝗂 as a great option. Also got an insane bonus. They have the lowest fees at the moment on 𝗬𝗂, so take advantage of those fees for those scalping opportunities. Now, let's go here with timing, guys. Higher time frame analysis, because this is a major level on the chart. You know, it has been respected as resistance, okay, several times in 2021. We have September and December. But more importantly is understanding this massive uptrend that we've had during the last, you know, basically entire 2023. When we do take a look at timing, you know, not only timing, we're going to take a look at this last leg here to the upside, but looking at Fibonacci time here from the pivot low of November of 2022 to that pivot high, okay, we can see this was a wave one right there, and we can see here this ABC flat scenario. And when we did take a look at the lowest point, okay, from that corrective move that happened in September of 2023, we are not counting this wick because this was mainly on futures platforms. The low was created in September on most of the exchanges of 2023. So that is how you would count the timing to see the timing of this wave one and the timing of this leg here to the upside. When we do take a look at this, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see the ABC flat right there. Very, very clear. And you can see this massive extension, okay, on this wave. When we do take a look at Fibonacci extension from the pivot low to the pivot high of wave 5 to the pivot low right over here of the wave 2 or wave B if you wish, because this could be an ABC. When we do take a look at this, we basically just slightly above the 1.618, but it's getting choppy. We're getting choppiness here at the above $50,000. So you've already kind of extended to a mass, you know, this wave has been massive with the extension. So we've already extended with a massive wave since we started pumping in September of 2023. I mean, pumps do get to an end, right? Especially when you've been pumping like crazy like this. We've extended over the 1.618, okay, from this wave. This has been a corrective wave. This is already extending to the 1.618, which is absolutely insanity without getting any major pullbacks. And right now we are crossing the one-to-one extension. You got this wave one, okay? You got this, you know, when you do take a look at the timing, guys, of this wave one, the price, the corrective move finished just when we were crossing the one-to-one. When we were crossing the one-to-one extension was when the price started pumping. The timing of this wave was the same timing of the corrective move and started pumping. So when we take that timing, okay, to the end of the wave one, we already just passing just a few days ago the one-to-one extension. And here where the question comes. When we take a look at this corrective structure, and I was one of the guys that thought that we could possibly create a lower high here, but we did not react. We didn't consolidate. The price was just like bang, 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 right? No major reaction, no consolidation. We just blasted through thinking here that, you know, we could be forming a lower high based on the break of the structure here. But we just continued to the upside. So are we flipping insanely bullish here? You know, already calling for $60,000 at this level. Well, it's interesting to see this scenario over here based on the break on the structure. And the question is, as we are crossing the one-to-one extension, right? The timing here has been the same. The timing here has been the same, right? All the way up here. And now we're crossing that one-to-one, right? Giving you the possible risk that maybe this extension, okay, we've already hit the 1.618 extension of this move. We're already kind of there, right? It's already happened, right? And considering, could this still be an ABC flat? Is there still a chance for this to happen on Bitcoin? And we just have to say, yeah, of course there is. There's still a chance, because usually in a flat corrective structure, a common target is in between the 1236 and the 1382, and that is when we get the fib extension here from pivot high, to this pivot low, and we get here the reverse of the extension for the possible flat. You basically where the common zone is, which is, we could even come up to $53,200. It's a common zone for a flat scenario. I mean, pulling back down to 30 and, below $40,000 seems unreal at the moment, doesn't it? Where we do have the halving just around the corner, the massive inflows from all of these big players, right? The fund managers such as BlackRock that are absolutely accumulating massive amounts of Bitcoin. Seems like we ain't gonna go down below $40,000. That ain't gonna happen. Come on. Look at what's going around you. Well, I mean, based on the charts, based on chart analysis, it is very much a reality that could happen. In my opinion, if this were to happen, as soon as you dip beneath this zone, it would be a great zone of accumulation. This would be absolutely wonderful to get. Okay, that would be over a $10,000 drop. I think swing traders are definitely speculating on this as being a local top, at least for the next coming weeks, no doubt. And the confirmation of this being a top, right? Say we get a leg up to $53,000 to claim that massive amount of liquidity that we do have. We do have over $1 billion in short liquidations. So, legends, I would definitely consider the reaction from this high. I mean, if we were to recover from current price levels, okay, and claim this high, I would definitely consider a failed auction based on a sweep of that liquidity. Get that short squeeze, basically, claim that liquidity, and when we zoom out, okay, and analyze the timing and everything, and knowing that this could be definitely a possibility of a flat scenario, we want to take it into consideration. But then we have massive bullish news. Of course, we do have the bullish insane news. I'm looking for 69 on Solana. All right, $69 Solana. That would be a good zone for accumulation. 45K seems possible. 45K seems possible. Then $38,000 seems like really unrealistic, right? It seems like, it's just no. I think a lot of bulls would be in denial. It's like it ain't gonna happen. It's just not going to happen until it does, right? And it wouldn't be such a severe pullback, hey? This is still very much insanely bullish. It would be healthy for the market. It would be a great zone to buy up here some Bitcoin, DCA aggressively at that level, no doubt. But overall, let's leave it as it is a possibility, right? Just purely based on technical analysis. Of course, bullish news. What we have, South Korea ruling party considers lifting ban on spot Bitcoin ETF and investment products. Okay, so they are realizing, that, hey, why are we going to ban, of course, Bitcoin when it's pumping and it's a great asset, right? It has a massive track record on the uptrend. Bitcoin on exchanges falls significantly over the weekend. So we did have a major drop here during the weekend. I mean, not insanely massive drop, but it is going down. When you do take out the balance on exchanges on Bitcoin, we've been in a downtrend, a macro downtrend since March of 2020. When you do take a look at the entire supply of Bitcoin on exchanges, it's been in a huge, massive downtrend since C19 crash in March of 2020. We've never seen this massive downtrend ever before on supply on exchanges. So there is definitely a supply shock on exchanges. It is happening. So it's like we got a perfect storm based on that. So exchanges are running out of Bitcoin. It's going down for the last 4 years. We do have the halving around the corner. There's going to be less mining selling pressure. you know, it's just it's programmed, right? Bitcoin is programmed to hit all-time high in the next, you know, if it's not in the next coming months, you know, it will obviously be in between, you know, 25 or 26. It's just programmed to do so, right? It's gonna happen. So yeah, anyway, just hodl DCA dips, don't touch leverage, be patient, log on top of bull market and hit sell button. Hey, I love leverage trading. If you do know how to leverage trade, you can get nice profits during the end of the month, okay? I look to accumulate, okay, a lot of Bitcoin, Ethereum with the profits that I do make here, trading on Bybit, trading on 𝗬cie as well. Small little trades, you just accumulate them, you manage your risk very, very well, and you get into these small little movements inside of the zone. If you do understand how leverage trading works, and this is why we have the channel as well, we talk about levels. To be honest, my higher time frame analysis absolutely sucks because I look at the levels inside of the range. I am a day trader and a scalper. I am interested in internal levels, like I explained here many times on the stream, just like yesterday where we talked about legends. Hey, if we do get that rise to the $52,400 range, this is a level where we have the 7/8 Fibonacci and the value area high of this trading zone. We're likely going to get a pullback, and that pullback likely to come down and have this resistance level where we have the point of control flipping into support. That means that if you are shorting right over here, you are taking profits here. It's level to level trading, right? At the end of the day, you ask me Bitcoin to 60K or to 40K, I don't really know. I mean, depending on what happens during the next coming days, that, you know, higher time frame predictions are, you know, for, you know, what's going to happen in the next 3 days, what it's likely to hit. Very, very hard to predict. So this is why we analyze internal levels when we're ranging for those beautiful trading opportunities, right? This is what I do. I scalp here, day trade here on the levels, looking at Bitcoin mainly. Remember, legends, best bonus is down below. Make sure to click the link down below on Bybit and 𝗬cie if you don't want to do KYC to get the best deals, okay, for trading. Good thing about these profits that I make here on Bybit or 𝗬cie, what do I do with the profits? Great option is to use the 𝗬app. Of course, you can flip it to euro here for all of those people in Europe, okay? When you want to cash out, I don't want to change it to US dollar tether. I want to change it to fiat. 𝗬app is the best on-off ramp, okay? They're getting the debit card here soon, by the summer potentially. And this is great to spend your crypto profits, okay? Then once this comes out, it's going to be absolutely epic. I like to flip here some of my profits into euro using the 𝗬app. And you have also the link down below in the description, guys. It's the third link. Best on-off ramp, super easy to use. Let's continue with the education right away. If Bitcoin were to get a massive drop here in the next coming hours, right, say in between today and tomorrow, you know, there's still going to be very interesting levels, okay? Very interesting levels to look for a long setup. We need to remember there is a huge amount of liquidity at $43,000. So that liquidity is likely to be taken at some point. And if we were to get the drop here in between today and tomorrow, what are the most important levels? What am I looking at here for the price to, you know, to do so I can get into a setup? And I know it sucks. It's, you know, when I do a plan on trading, I could be hours. I'm setting some alerts and I'm just waiting for that opportunity. It's the only thing that you need to do when you're trading. You need to set a couple of shorting plans, a couple of longing plans, and just wait. And it's boring. Trading sucks. It's boring, right? But I mean, it's great because you just need to have a plan, set the alerts. Once you get those alerts, come to the chart and take that trading decision with good risk management. Okay, well, I mean, once you've been doing it, okay, once you've been doing it for several years, you know, it obviously becomes an easy task, especially when you manage risk. I know a lot of people do not manage risk. My first few years of trading was horrendous. It was horrendous. I jump into a long, into a short. Yeah, I think we're going to go here. But you know, just you know, there's a pure recipe of failing. Okay, we just get those plans ready. And when you know, if the price of Bitcoin, let me just take a look at these daily levels. We've got a daily level here, untapped daily level right down there. Yeah, I'm just looking at you know, a potential good level if we were to get that drop. I mean, this daily level is quite far away at 49,700. I think we could get a reaction sooner at the resistance zone here, flipping into support. I mean, I really like this resistance level. Has consolidated quite a bit. This was beautiful. I got into a long trade right over here. I mean, this was explained also on a live stream why I entered that long, you know, was in that long still on the live stream. And it was a resistance support flip hitting the 7/8 Fibonacci, but most importantly, looking for that double bottom scenario, right? Looking at, I mean, this was absolutely textbook. It was really, really good. Really, really nice. So what you would want to see if we were to get that drop here, okay? I mean, this does look, you know, this does look like a little bit of a double top. Very, very risky where we're currently at right now. We've shared some levels here at the beginning of the stream of some possible scalping scenarios. But what if the price suddenly, you know, starts dropping down here in the next, you know, 24 to 48 hours, gets the leg down here to this zone? What will be interesting is, you know, this is very corrective. This is impulsive, no doubt about it, right? Very impulsive, very, very choppy and corrective. You get this movement to the upside as well, being in kind of a bit in a corrective structure. So a leg down here is possible, right? It's definitely possible that we could get that leg down, meaning that this has formed a three-wave move claiming this low. This is the interest zone. I mean, this would be a zone to be interested in longs, no doubt. Would not be a level to fear. However, you know, I would not put limit orders, right? This is not a level to put limit orders right there, because you know, what if you do this and get an epic dump, right, of several $1,000s? It's a level to set those alerts at the lows here and analyze the local situation. You got a resistance that could flip into support. You got a possible three-wave corrective structure right there. And when you take a look at the extension from this pivot high, pivot low to this pivot high, let me just reverse that because we were looking at the flat scenario. You know, the 1-to-1 extension, just already, for example, it would be a 1-to-1 extension, meaning that this wave one, same extension would be at $50,300. That is sitting exactly where we have this resistance. You know, a reaction here is very likely, very, very likely. So if we were to roll down here in the next coming hours, you know, a reaction here at this level of resistance, 50,300, which is the 1-to-1 extension, possible ABC structure. If we do consolidate, once we drop here, say if this were to happen, right? If it were to happen, I'm not saying it's going to happen, but if it were to happen, this would be a massive zone to speculate into some long positions on double bottoms. Local double bottoms here are going to be a really good opportunity to get into some long trades. And, you know, looking at similar price action that happened here, I would really remain patient to see this zone to get into a high probability setup. And I know a lot of people are like, I haven't got any time for any of that. Tell me where we're going, up or down. Well, if you have that mentality, I'm sorry, you know, you know that you're not going to succeed. You're not going to succeed. We have to wait for these levels. We know what we're looking for, and this is a great zone to have that reaction. And if we do get that reaction, you know, this would be the perfect level to get into that local double bottom, just like we had right over here, to look for that bounce, purely based on a 3 corrective structure in an ABC. You have a resistance flip, you got the 1-to-1 extension right there. And when we do add a little bit of more possible confluence, take a look at Fibonacci from this pivot low to that pivot high. We do have the 618, slightly below, more around about $50,000 range. But it's an interest area where I want to see the price dancing around. You're speculating here for the bottom to be in. we're just going to have to wait here, see if we do get that drop. Will be interesting to trade that zone. That would be an M pattern though. Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, no doubt you might think this is a double top, right? You got a double top right there. This is the neckline. You got the neckline right there. M pattern, double top. You break through this level. Yeah, you're looking for an epic drop, right? It's definitely possible. You know, it's definitely possible, especially if you start breaking down with high volume. You know, this could just slice through. I'm talking about the reaction here beneath this low. Because if you start breaking down the neckline with choppy momentum and you're holding the range here and you double bottom, you know, the recovery will be insane. So, you know, like you said, right, this would be a, you know, basically, you know, kind of a retail. It's double top. We're breaking the neckline. You know, people would be interested in shorting the breakout of the neckline, right? And if you do consolidate, you're looking for those local double bottoms here on the lower time frame. You know, you could be looking for an epic recovery. So it would be a possible fake out scenario. But we need the consolidation. We need to react at this level. If we have no reaction, of course, you know, you ain't going to see me getting into a long position as we get their falling knife. I'll be just remaining patient. And once you remain patient and you see that choppiness, you're speculating here on that double bottom. Very similar to what happened here. Very, very locally, okay? So it will be, there will be a few hours here to see the reaction and take a decision. Will be interesting. Andy just joined the live stream. Smash the like button. Thank you very much, Gold Star. Very much appreciated. Full moon on the 24th. You know, I have never analyzed this thing about full moon, you know, basically based on movements that should happen on the chart. Someone shared something on Twitter about full moon chart, and it was curious about many times how, you know, volatile move was coming when it was full moon. I can't remember who posted that many months ago. But you know, you can basically look at it yourself, right? Look at the days where there's full moon, right, from the month, you know, every full moon months, and it's pretty interesting to see how price reacts when there's full moon. Andy, trade local setup, local SFP from 51,608. Reason, CVD, SFP, value area low, 6.5 Fibonacci, high volume also indicates local bottom, 51,600. Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we are very aggressive. Local swing failure pattern here from this low with 50%. We've got 𝗖𝗫𝗺𝗃, who's an absolute machine. He's basically... He's learned so much. He shares all the time trades and analysis, Gartley patterns, harmonic patterns. Absolutely wonderful, 𝗖𝗫𝗺𝗃. You're like full on. Local double bottom here, swing failure pattern. Would take it into consideration. It's possible. I like this one a little bit more with the 618. 618 is more powerful than the 50% Fibonacci. I like this low also for a local SFP. And it's also in confluence with the previous day value area low, right? We're talking about previous day value area low right there that should get a reaction as a bounce with the 618. More internally here, local swing failure pattern, also purely based on big CVD divergence. I mean, BITFLEX is going crazy here trying to dump the market, and it's basically forming higher lows. Even locally, right, we've got massive bullish CVD divergence here on BITFLEX basically. Rest of exchanges are relatively neutral. They're forming lower highs and higher lows currently here locally. So not much on the rest of exchanges, but BITFLEX, very, very aggressive bullish CVD divergence, okay? So would take it into consideration, okay? So if you do, you know, if you do come down to the local lows, you will be forming more lower lows here, bullish CVD divergence on BITFLEX, and you could consider that could create a local swing failure pattern. You also have 50% Fibonacci from this pivot low to the pivot high. Definitely an attempt. It's definitely an attempt. I would rather be quite quick, but you could get an instant bounce here of a few $100. Just a quick in to take some profits. You know, it is definitely doable here. You got this pivot low also that hasn't been tested, right? You got a few pivots that haven't been tested. And with those bullish CVD divergence, you could definitely get that local double bottom here for an instant bounce. We love double bottoms and double tops, guys. They happen many times on the chart. Look at this nice local double top here that did happen yesterday. Right there, you got the wick, boom, SFP back down. So no doubt that, you know, this could definitely be a level for bouncing, especially based on the bullish CVD divergence and from the low of Saturday to the high of today, Monday. You got 50% that hasn't been tapped yet. 50% also a respected level. Hey buddy, any chance you could take, hey, thanks for the £10, my man, Gold Star. How are you doing? Thanks for joining. Thanks for the £10. Super chat. Could you take a really quick look at sand? Absolutely. I'm going to take a look at sand right away. Your opinion would be much appreciated, sir. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Thanks for joining. And thanks for the kind comment. Let's go right away through sand, US dollar. See what's going on here with sand. We've got a bunch of levels here. Let's go through higher time frames. Phew. Interesting. I mean, yeah. Very interesting to see how we kind of faked out, okay, from the lows basically of this resistance. We had this resistance bouncing many times after the breakout here in December. You know, we got a clear level of resistance on the chart that broke out with significant volume, bounced as support, created a failed auction from the highs, came straight back down. But wow, I mean, this already was a, you know, it's a massive descending wedge corrective structure. Choppiness right there. Boop, boop, boop. I mean, this was, yeah, full recipe to get this move. Likely to get here another rise in the next coming days looking at sand. Let me just get these levels out of the way so we can do fresh analysis here. Point of control of range. This must be from this range over here. So we got this point of control. We have been reacting the last few days at the point of control of this descending wedge area, right? Getting a bit of a reaction. I mean, this is bullish. There's no doubt it's bullish. Movement up, movement down, movement up, descending wedge structure, corrective structure, breaking out at the moment. We could get a small little pullback. I would personally, if we were, and it does look like it's going to break. We already got rejected here on Saturday. We're back up to this level. Look at the point of control. How it's been reacted here on Saturday. We break above point of control. You know, no doubt we're coming up here to this high over here, which is kind of value area high. I wouldn't say it would be value area high, but based on the volatile move here. But getting above point of control, it's just going to be a huge sign of strength already here for sand. Yeah, we get above this high volume node. It is game on. It is game on for the price action to continue to the upside. Possible level of a quick reaction, pivot high here that was created on December on sand to the pivot low. 618 slightly above this pivot high. It's a failed auction level with the 618. You could do this. You could hit the 618, create a small little failed auction. But I would be looking. I wouldn't be too confident in a short here. You know, we're breaking out descending wedge. Uptrend is on the way. Wouldn't consider a short. It would be a risky short because this could just, you know, absolutely rock it. But a quick reaction is very much possible. If we were to get that corrective move from this pivot high and the 618 of the drop during the last few weeks, you're looking for that point of control of this range to flip as support. Would be we got a quick rejection during Saturday. Look at Saturday's wick right there. This was exactly at the point of control. Boop. But you're in an uptrend. You're trending to the upside. So what would be ideal here? Get the breakout with high volume. If you want to look for a trading setup, of course, looking for that point of control support flip to claim the highs again and continue to the upside potentially. It looks bullish. I mean, sand looks bullish. Altcoins, a lot of altcoins look bullish. You know, still at point of control, still reacting. I wouldn't call this that it is going to break out. We might just get the reaction during today and tomorrow and get a pullback from here. That would also bring us a good opportunity. We're going to take a look at the levels here on this potential pullback. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this would be, yeah, it would be pretty good opportunity for that pullback here to create a higher low. I would be analyzing here more internally these lows. An interest zone here for a long would be claiming these lows, which is in confluence with the 618 Fibonacci from this last move to the upside. I mean, that is if we were to pull back. If we were to pull back, this would be a great zone to long, because what usually happens on descending wedge breakouts is that you form an inverted head and shoulder. It happens a lot where you're looking for a neckline or either a descending neckline. And what happens in a descending wedge structure is that you have, you know, basically the uptrend, and you got the price action coming down here into this descending wedge, right? And you got this kind of movement. And what happens inside of the descending wedge is a small little inverted head and shoulder, and usually the right shoulder is when you're breaking out. And where you do have opportunity is possibly on the right shoulder before getting the rise to the upside. It happens a lot on descending wedges, right? Where you do form a little bit of an inverted head and shoulder with a descending neckline. So when you do take a look here at the descending wedge, you got the movement to the downside right there, bang, bang. You got the head right over here. You got this now hitting resistance, which is the point of control of the last 2 months, that could get that pullback. That pullback, you are looking for a right shoulder potentially. That is going to be an insane buy zone, because you're already, you know, in advance getting here into that long setup. And these pullbacks usually happen purely based on people longing late. People longing late, you get the pullback, scare them out, and then you form that right shoulder right there. Break, you know, if you break that point of control of this zone, then it is game on, right? It would be game on. So I would be paying attention, you know, that right shoulder formation. I would set some alerts just in case you do pull back from this high volume node where we are reacting on the chart, and look for that 618 Fibonacci, pivot low, pivot high. Wrong tool here. 618 from pivot low, pivot high. Claiming those higher lows right there. 7-8 would be a little bit of a sharp retracement, but you're looking for that higher low and then move to the upside. Stop loss, I would, you know, this would be more of a swing trade. You're looking for the highs and even breaking through. So the long setup, you know, overall the take profit one would be here just in case you do form a double top, right? Because maybe you get the rise, you form a double top, and this, you know, just comes down. But this would be a take profit one, especially if you reject from it. If you break through, then obviously you're looking for that rise to get to the top of the wedge. That is if we do get a pullback to this zone. That would be it would be a good, nice swing long position. This is the 4-hourly chart, so this would take several days to form, but it would be definitely good setup. On the other side, we don't form any right shoulder or anything. We're looking for that breakout. If we break out here with some intense volume from that point of control of this zone of the last 2 months, then you're looking for a quick support resistance flip, okay? Resistance support flip, and continue to the upside, at least to claim the highs of the breakout, okay? This is, and like I said, you could double top here and come down, right? And then there's going to be a bunch of people that long here but don't understand. You're targeting the highs. I'm waiting. If you create a local double top, guys, you want to take profit no matter what. If you test the highs and you reject from it, you want to take profit and be defensive, because, you know, I don't know if this double top will break down beneath point of control. That would be quite messy. So, you know, you need to react depending on what price action forms. If you bounce from here, depending on what happens here, you're taking profit there. If you break through, wonderful, you're holding that position. The moment you start losing that high and you form a local double top, you want to take those profits, because you're likely going to come down and test the lows and maybe break them, or maybe double bottom from here, right? You need to react on what happens next on the chart. Anyway, overall, Sand does look pretty bullish, looks pretty good. So any idea for BTC peak before halving? Peak before halving. Well, I mean, this could be very much a local peak that we're forming at the moment. Okay, it's very much a local peak. Very much a possible local peak. Like I explained, I did explain this on the higher time frames. Let me get these daily levels out of the way. Did explain this on the higher time frames. The possibilities, okay? That must be a minute 10, minute 15, where we're talking about the, you know, the timing here. We've already crossed the 1-to-1. We've hit the 1.618 extension from this move to the upside, okay? And we possibly, you know, this could definitely be a topping range. This has been a resistance back in 2021. We can see here with the box right there, September of 2021, December of 2021. Price did react very nicely at this level. We do have the possibility of this being a flat, still in the target zones, 1236, 1382 for a flat scenario. You know what's going to be a day, the day that we have major decision if Bitcoin will break through here and go to $55,000 or $60,000? It's going to be on Wednesday. Wednesday will be a decision point. We got FOMC minutes, and we will likely see some volatility. We're either going to see the dollar gain strength, or we are going to see the dollar losing value, the dollar index, because we're getting into a squeezed decision zone here on the dollar index. We either break lower high resistance trend line, or we break below the support point of control of the last 2 years. We start breaking down here during Wednesday, right? Thursday, BTC will have a chance, no doubt, in the coming weeks to actually just break through and continue to higher levels. Wednesday will be a decision point. We do have the FOMC minutes, guys, at 8 o'clock Central European time. Make sure to note that in your calendar, okay, that we do have some volatility likely to happen here on Wednesday, 8 p.m. Legends, thank you very much for joining the live stream. I'm going to wrap it up. I'm tired out. I'll be back with more tomorrow. I'm in the process of moving, guys, to Dubai, so lot going on in my personal life. Thank you very much, everybody. Trade safe. Remember to use the links down below if you want those insane bonuses. You got the greatest bonus for Bybit and 𝗖𝗄𝗄. Thank you very much for joining the live stream, the educational content. Good night, everybody.